everyone, it's Beachy Nails. Today I'm going to be showing you guys Fabulous Nails' new stamper heads and her little containers here. First off, these little containers remind me so much of little tiny soup cans. They actually have the ridges here, and that helps so you have a better grip so it doesn't slip out of your hands. This piece here, this is called the extender, and as you can see it being used here, it adds a height to the stamper versus this one here, get that out of the way, this one here, that has an extender in there, but it's pushed all the way down. Here it's not. And it's just so if you prefer your stamper to be higher up, you got to remember most of us are used to using a stamper like this. So we're used to being that high up. And the other stamper that some of you are using is about this size. Now with these little extenders, you just put it inside this little metal can. This is for the XL stampers. My regular XL whitehead will fit inside here. Without the extender, it will stay in. It does not slip, does not fall out. I have full control. So you can use it without the extender in there, and you can give yourself 2 stamper holders if you wanted to. This is with the extender right here. This one here does not have it. With the extender. Now, the one thing with this extender, if you push it all the way in, like this one is, you cannot get it out. So be careful. If you're going to mess around with these, if you push it all the way in, you're not going to be able to get it back out. We're going to test this out on Fun 14. And for stamping polish, I'm just going to be using Cosmetic Arts Black. Get my old stuff out of the way here. And you also get 2 scrapers. Now these were actually made wrong by the manufacturer. They are really thin. But what you can do is you can put 2 of them together, tape them to add more durability so they're more sturdy for you so they're not so floppy. We're going to give that a try. And this one here, I'm going to use this image here. Turn my plate around. Now normally when I stamp personally, I always take my stamper head out of the holder. For me, it's just habit. And this one here, I'm going to leave it in there. I'm going to use the one with the extender beautifully. And I'm leaving it in the holder. So nice on the tip of my nail here. I have big curves in my nails, if you could see that. And this stamped the edges perfectly. Some of the stampers, they don't hit right here. Okay. Now I did no priming, nothing extra. The only thing I did to mine is I hit it with a lint roller just to clean off any oil from me touching it with my hands. She does include a little buffer block if you feel it's needed. You can use it. I didn't feel, these did not need it. I opened it up, bam, they worked immediately. Let's try now to stamp with white. Let's see what white looks like over these clear stamper heads. Just using Funky Fingers white gesso. I'm going to use this girl's face right here. Now these stampers are available in different colors. Right now, as we speak, they are out of stock. But from my understanding, the colored ones don't have a solid consistency of being the same softness and firmness. And I know some had already asked, because I do have another video on this with the colored ones. Look at that. Amazing. Some are already asking, are there different colors, meaning the different firmness, like one softer than the other? The answer is no. They're all the same. And look, I'm leaving it in the holder, which is very rare. I never do. Got my corners perfectly. Again, do you see that large curve in my nail? I had no problem. There was no pressure to my nail tips. How sticky and squishy are these? Well, let's see here. So that, sticky. Our old stamper heads here, when they would fall or roll, they roll all over your table. These ones, you could set it down. And yes, the top part's a little heavier, so if you were to drop it on your table, it lands like this. These, oh, that one, oh, it fell over. But most of the time, what happens with these is that it always falls out. Always. Okay, let's do this test here. Now, I know there's a lot of people who have this brand stamper. I'm not going to mention the name. You can already tell by looking at it. This one is Fab's. You see the stickiness? It's sticking to my finger. Look at that. I have to put more force into this one. Me personally, I don't use this. I don't really care for it. I'm a very, very picky stamper. I've held on to my last stamper head and I've used it for the past 5 years. And I am now just switching over. My recent one had a tiny tear in it and it's affecting my stamping abilities. These new Fab stampers came in handy. I mean, they came in at the exact perfect timing. I'm actually getting another set when more come in. Definitely want a backup of these. These are my favorite. Here's a squishy test. I'm using the end of a polish bottle. Look at that. That's just lightly. And you can see it's sticky. That is slightly sticky. This one's a lot harder. Yes, the surface is bigger. My nail's not that big round though. So for me, that's a lot of extra cleanup I have to do. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we are going to try now to stamp the same image here. I'm working on Fun 14. We're doing this image here. And I want to try this with this one here, but without the extender in there, with just the metal can. Just an empty hollow can, very lightweight. And I'm going to switch my stamper heads out. This is what the stamper head looks like out of the container. It is sticky. But once it is in your little container, it is not falling out. I'm trying to drop it so it goes sideways and it just wants to stick to the plate. The stickiness. Look at that. It's still in there. It has not pulled out. How many stampers do you have that when you go down and you pull up, your stamper head's stuck to your plate? I know I have a couple. It's staying in there. And this is without anything extra inside this container. I'm going to just take my little lint roller, wipe it off. Now these are safe. Fab did tell me, and she does not use the lint roller. She uses straight acetone to clean it. The acetone will not eat this up, so if you wish, you can use acetone on it. It will not affect it. If anything, it's going to make it a bit more stickier. Go ahead, and like I said, we're using Fun 14. The scraper, she is looking for a new supplier so they can actually be made the right way. Even when they're doubled up. I mean, they work, but beautifully. And it picked up amazing, the same way as the other ones, without any extender in there. Let's try a colored polish, other than black and white. Let me see here. I moved all of my stuff out of the way. Something that's going to show. Alright, I grabbed one of my DIYs here. And I'm going to put my extender back in. And that's just to add height if you think this container is too short for you. That's all what you're comfortable with holding to stamp on your hands. I think these are perfect. Perfect size. Even with the extender all the way up, or even with it down. And like I said, I'm a stamper who's always taken mine out of the holder. This is the first mani I've done with leaving the stamper head inside the holder. I'm going to clean my plate here. And let's try this image here. And I say this one because I see lots of curves in it. It's kind of thick. I'm going to turn the plate upside down. This is the one we're doing. Now this is DIY stamping polish I'm using, and I'm going to actually switch out the scrapers, and I'm going to use my go-to scraper. Only because I don't have those taped together, they're shifting around. Using this one right here. And yes, this color really clashes the color that I painted on my nails, but it's okay. My stamper here. Wow, look at that. Perfect. Look at that. Worked amazing. Love, love, love these new stamper heads. If you're having trouble with your current stamper heads, if you're tired of buying stamper heads and them not working for you, if you're tired of having to prep and prime and get them all ready and them still not work for you, get the Fabio nail stampers. These things are truly, truly amazing. They are now my go-to. I can't wait to do another full mani with these. You have it here with an extender. Here the extender is pushed down. See the height difference? The little ridges here to help you to grip onto it. These are them pushed down. Like I said, you could take the extender out. And you can secretly, and I say secretly because I know it's not really meant to do this way, but to give you two stampers if you wish to use it that way. Alrighty, you guys take care. Hang 10. Bye-bye.